You introduce yourself for me?
This is Jennifer Hale.
All right, Jennifer. Where'd it go? Oh, that's the wrong thing. All right, how did you get into voice acting?
Oh my goodness. I was walking down the street and I fell down a hole and there were a bunch of talented people inside and I just copied them. I used to work at a video production studio in Birmingham, Alabama called Leo Tishelli Productions, and a little place called Boutwell Studios was next door, and they would ask me over to do commercials sometimes, and I thought it was awesome, and so I worked at it and worked it like a business and got a career in the end. Moved to Atlanta, then LA.
That's awesome. Who are some of your inspirations in the voice acting world?
Every single person I work with.
That's awesome.
Like everybody. I mean, Dee Baker, Gray Delisle, Rob Paulson, Jeff Bennett, Tress McNeil, Kari Walgren. It's like the list is endless. Yeah.
Was there something early on that clicked when you realized that you could do this for a living?
The first time someone paid me $30 to talk, I was like, what? Yes, please.
How different is it to do voiceover work for a video game compared to a cartoon?
It's very different. In a cartoon, we've got a script that's, 32 to 38 pages, depending on how they did it. Sometimes it's 15, who knows. But we all share the load in that. We take turns talking. In a video game, we measure those scripts in inches. They're an inch thick, they're 6 inches thick, 8 inches thick, 4 inches thick, whatever. And it's a one-person show for 4 hours. And it's intense.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What point did you realize that the Mass Effect series has become a phenomenon?
I don't really go into a project thinking that it's of it in those terms. I was obviously really struck by how much the fans loved it, and even though I knew there was going to be a 2, I was still surprised and happy when we actually did the 2, and then I knew there was going to be a 3, and then I'm surprised and happy that they did the 3. Like, hey, it all works out.
That's awesome. Have you ever done voiceover for a video game that was ultimately canceled?
Oh yeah, I've done mocap for a game that was ultimately canceled. That's a production when you do that. But yeah.
Oh gosh. All right.
Yeah, so much fun. I do want to say thank you to everybody out there, all the fans and everybody. So much appreciate you guys.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now these are some more ones that I thought would be fun.
Okay.
Let's see. When you're going about your daily routine, do your thoughts ever come out as the voice of one of your characters?
Occasionally you hear yourself talking in your head, I suppose. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't think so. And sometimes they'll speak in a particular voice. Like if I'm with my horses, there's sort of an old cowboy voice telling me what to do. And sometimes I think often with a British accent in my head, and sometimes French and all sorts of things. Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's see. Have you ever cosplayed as any of the characters you voiced and seen if anybody recognized you?
Not in public. No, I don't mean it like that. There may or may not have been an incident with a very, very well-known character that I may or may not be the voice for, where I got to dress up as that person. That may or may not have ever happened. There are no pictures of that.
Do you ever go back and look at the faces you make when you're voice acting and get embarrassed by them?
Nope, never would want to. I would hate that so much.
Let's see. Do you ever wait? Oh, where was it? When you're watching other shows, do you criticize the voices of characters, or do you think that you would do things differently, or do you take off of those?
I'm always inspired.
That's awesome.
I'm not one. I don't like to walk through life criticizing. I like to walk through life being inspired.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Be optimistic.
You have a choice. You can either spend your day worrying or daydreaming. I pick daydreaming. Mm-hmm. You can either see the good and stuff or the crappy and stuff, and I just feel better when I pick the good.
That's awesome. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Such a pleasure.